Where am I? Okay, David Paul here again. Now, I'm delighted with what I've just achieved. So this is the termination of the job. Now, I'm at the other end to that end where I was working before. I'm at the other end here, and there's a sort of optical illusion with this thing. The beam looks bent. It's not. It's straight as a die, but this oak beam is next to it, and the eye kind of like makes the oak beam the boss and then measures everything against it. So anyway, this looks like a real curve to it, and it's just not there. It doesn't exist. It's an illusion. Okay, this was the side I was going to sling over a rope over there and jack it up and do this and do that and do the other. And I got an easy ride on this one. What happened was, there's a big pole here. This is a eucalyptus pole, very heavy. And I fixed it underneath here, levered it down below this beam over here with a sort of short plank of wood and a couple of bits of chocks of wood in underneath it, which caused a sort of lever effect, lifting this here beam about, I don't know, about 3-4 inches high, which allows me to get in and start digging. So I've dug out all of this stuff. Mostly it's just earth and rubble. It's very poor. I have some questions about this house, but I don't know. I'll tell you that in a second. But anyway, I dug it all out and then took away the chalk and lowered it into place. It was sitting a bit high at that end, so it wasn't settling properly. I give it a little rattle and that chewed away at the last bit of mud, and it's settled. That there will be there till hell freezes over. And there will be, this tie beam will come in around here, which I'm going to cast in situ. Now, here's the interesting point, is what we have at the front of the house is the tall part of the house, and it's sort of wedged in and dug into the hill, what I call Portugal, because it's a piece of Portugal. Okay, so you've dug a hole into the hill and you've created this thing. That begs the question, you've got this, like, men of old, like, who built this thing, who are now dead. They've got this ledge up here of a wall, and it makes me wonder why does this thing exist? What is the purpose of this thing? Surely the house is sitting on, at that side, sitting on bedrock, because over there is the fireplace, and that was, the bedrock was left there to take the compressive load from some enormous fire or something like that. Okay, that will remain. I'll keep that. I'll see what kind of a feature I can make of that. But that's all going to be levelled, cleaned off, and a concrete sort of top there to that, upon which I will build a huge pizza oven type thing, which will serve the purpose of heating the house, and also you can cook in it. So it's quite a substantial amount of kitchen type area. Okay, so if that's the bedrock, and just immediately behind that is the start of the wall, then where does it stop being bedrock? Is it a situation that this wall sits down on something else? There are rocks going down there, or is this supporting, or what? Because you can probably see where this discussion's going. I'm not going to do this, but if that wall was being supported by Portugal, like down on solid bedrock, then this thing is superfluous. All of this is just put there and just superfluous, and it's using about 1.5 foot of room space. This requires future investigation, and nothing will happen until that concrete tie beam is in there. And in fact, this whole issue of the concrete tie beam, I see no reason why I cannot just go to town and make something stupidly strong. You know, you only get to do it once. So just go ridiculous, you know, go crazy. The kitchen area up there, somebody said, oh, you'll be fitting kitchen units, are you? No, I'm not. That's the last thing I'm going to fit. There are going to be, I think they're called azulé tiles, traditional Portuguese tiles on the walls there. So you can splash around and make as much mess as you like. There will be a fire there where you can cook food in it. And there will also be a hob which you can cook on in the summertime with a cowl over the top. And there'll also be a preparation area there that you can mess around on. And that'll be that. And there will be no kitchen units. There will be no wall units. There will be shelves. You can put things on the shelves and you'll see them. Because I like that. I don't like kitchen cupboards. And there will be no base units. The base units will be constructed, or what there will be made out of ferro cement. And it'll all kind of have a bit of a Mexican look about it. And why? Because the ferro cement will not rot, will not get attacked by termites, fungi, bacteria, rats, cockroaches, any damn thing you can think of that's going to have a go at wood is not going to touch it. And on the top there will be a bench, and the bench will be a tiled worktop, and it's all going to look extremely old-fashioned but pretty and new. And that's that. That's quite a substantial working area there. If I devote all the way from the door to this entire corner as a kind of a kitchen area. Might put a breakfast bar across there, I don't know. But that's that. So, now what I got to do is phone my friend, see if he's going to go to the bar, go down to the bar and drink lots of shandy and beer and eat lots of delicious bifanas and things like that, and not cook stuff for myself and just take it easy. Because it's too hot. If I do any more work, all I'll do is I'll just be worn out, and then tomorrow I'll get up late and so on, and I'll be exhausted. It's just enough. A guy who, I think I mentioned this before, Mike Ola, he was building dugout shelter houses, and he said he was prepared to dig for 3 hours a day. So I kind of decided that I'm going to try and work for 3 hours a day and no more, and not get exhausted, because I do have to go back to the UK and start teaching, and I don't want to like crawl into the classroom, and you know, I want to have my usual perk and buzz in the classroom, not be sitting there like a dead body. Okay, so the next project is tomorrow is to move this stone into place here. It's already in position over there. If I get that, that's the result. The reason why this one here is very important is because previously I've made suggestions I'd like to make a sort of tiny house within the house. Well, this is now ripe for it. All I got to do is clean up all the mess off the floor here, and I can put a tarpaulin sheet over the top of here, put some wood over the top, then put a tarpaulin over the top of that, and then I've got a shelter. So if I come back in October, I don't have to sleep out in a tent. I can actually be indoors. And on top of that, I can even go and buy a mattress from a mattress store, build myself a bed, and I can have a real bed, like a real normal human being. Okay. Adios. Pa'alam. Goodbye. Jesus be with you.